So many successful women feel like they are constantly chasing that next big goal and telling themselves that they're going to take a break once they reach it. But that next thing that they're doing never ends. So if you are wondering how to break out of this cycle without feeling like you're slacking off or sabotaging your business growth, then today's episode is for you. We've all been in that place where we hustle, we grind, we push, right? We're in growth mode. So of course we're going to do more. We're going to try and be more. We're going to try and get more done and all that kind of stuff. But it is a huge lie you're telling yourself if you keep saying, well, I'll rest when I'm successful. We've all heard people say, I'm going to I get to sleep when I'm dead. That's awful. You need rest as a part of your physiology, first of all, but as a part of your business strategy. If you don't rest at the end of the day, right? Have you ever gone 24 hours without sleep? Because I have. What happens? You're delirious. You can't even see straight. You have no idea what's happening. And then guess what? Your body will shut down. It'll just be like, you have to sleep now, sleep. Okay? Arianna Huffington, the founder of the Huffington Post, passed out standing up at her desk and smashed her head on her desk. And that's when she realized she was working too hard. We don't have to let it get to that point, okay? We can use rest as a business strategy. Hustle culture, it glorifies burnout, right? And we hear the phrases, we see the things like, there's groups everywhere. I join groups all the time to see what's going on, try and network and grow and talk with people, and like hustle for life, hustle culture, all like we hustle harder. That sounds terrible to me. I want to rest harder. If you had all the money in the world, right? And be honest with yourself. I love what I do. I absolutely love it. But if I had all the money in the world, I wouldn't be recording a podcast. I'd be sitting on the beach, oiling up, getting ready to let the sun hit me for the day, okay? That is what my body wants. My body wants to rest, be outside in nature, not pushing and grinding and hustling, okay? I stay weeks ahead of things because when my body says, I don't want to do it today, I want to sit in my PJs and watch crime shows all day, then that's what I do. Unless, of course, I have a meeting with clients, in which case I hold those commitments. But I don't buy into hustle culture. I don't buy into I'll rest when I'm successful because your body will shut you down before that. I know plenty of people. I just met a woman today at a networking meeting who is a 2-year survivor of open heart surgery. And she was running 2 businesses and pushing and pushing and pushing. And her heart gave out. She had a heart attack. She had no idea she was having the heart attack, but she just told her husband she didn't feel well. And when she got to the hospital, the doctor was like, yeah, this is a heart attack. You need to take a break, right? Her body shut down. One of my good friends had surgery. She was in the hospital. Her body shut down. Like it shows up in different ways. When your body says you've been pushing too hard and we need a break, it'll take that break from you. Okay, it's just the way that it's built. You can't run all day long and not sleep. You can't run. It's like at the end of the day, if you wear glasses, right? Like I wear glasses and I don't wear them often, right? But at the end of the day, I can't see anything. Everything is blurry, right? My eyes are tired, right? Some people will be like, well, I don't see as better. I don't see as good at night. That's because you need glasses and your eyes are tired, right? Everything's a muscle. Everything's working and for you to help you live and breathe, you have to give it a rest, okay? So we do that by setting personal boundaries now, not later, right? So personal boundaries, we're the only ones that are going to hold our boundaries. So if I tell my kids when my door's shut, you can't come in here, or my husband, when my door's shut, you can't come in here, guess who does it more? Guess who does it more when my door's shut? Not my kids. And then I allow them to, like, they open the door and then I turn and acknowledge them, whether it's to tell them to be quiet or to tell them, like, whatever it is that's going on. I'm still acknowledging that they opened the door and guess what? They wanted my attention and they got it. So my boundary is you don't open that door when it's closed because I'm working. So if they're knocking on it or if they're making funny faces over, or if they open the door and they're like, hey, are you on a call? I completely ignore them. Tunnel vision. If I'm on a call or not, doesn't matter. My door was shut. That was my boundary. And that lets them know, oh, she's busy. That's right. And then afterwards, we'll have a conversation about, hey, don't open my door when it's closed. There's a reason. When my kids were younger, I used to put colored construction paper on it. So red meant stop, so they could visually see, like, this red means you can't open the door. And then green would be like, you can come in when it's green. But different things like that. So we have to set those boundaries with ourselves first. I know phone calls are a huge disruption point, okay? Constantly responding to messages and emails and Slack pings and whatever the heck else you have going on. You feel like you have to answer the phone. But when do you get your own work done? I'm going to tell you, and it is scientifically proven, that it takes 23 minutes and some odd seconds for your brain to fully get back into focus mode after you've been interrupted. So if you're working on something and you're in it and you're feeling really good and you're flowing and you're getting things done and the phone rings and you answer it, you think it's a quick 30-second call, but your brain will not get back into full focus mode for 23 minutes. So that 30-second phone call cost you 24 minutes, right? In order for you to get back into focus mode. Whereas you could have just finished what you were doing and then called that person back. Not much is an emergency to where you need to be on 24/7. I have specific code words for people. If it is an emergency, they'll call back like 3 times if it's an emergency. The other one, it's a very specific word. If you're texting me, I won't tell you what it is because it's my emergency word for people that are allowed to get me for emergencies only. But I have things like that set up in place. So that way, when I'm checking my messages, I know what I have to respond to right away within my time frames of message checking throughout the day, right? And then of course I have like my big times where I check messages at the end of the day and the beginning of the morning. But like throughout the day, if it's not an emergency and I glance at it and I can get to it at the end of the day, then I will. If it is an emergency, then of course I call back right away. So just different things that you can put into place. Part of the boundaries that we have to set, we have to hold them ourselves. So if you tell people I'm not available between 12 and 1 because that's my focus time, or that's the time that I'm working on business growth or strategy or content planning or whatever it is that you're doing, you cannot answer the phone between 12 and 1. You can't respond to emails between 12 and 1. If your team is pinging you in Slack, you cannot respond to Slack messages between 12 and 1. You have to hold the boundaries before anybody else will. Okay, that's very, very important. And that goes with anything that you're doing when you want to relax before you hustle instead of the hustle. You've probably heard of this exercise before. And it's very, very helpful when you have to make a big decision or you're feeling totally overwhelmed or say we're learning how to set better boundaries for ourselves and the messages keep going off and and you're like, I can't do this. I can't. So it's called the 3-3-3 method. What it is, it's going to help you with the anxiety that you have around everything that's going on. And it's going to help you focus better so that way you can make a better decision when you're trying to hold certain boundaries. So 3-3-3 method, you name 3 things in your physical space that you can see, right? So I can see a picture, I can see my Ring camera, I can see my microphone. Name 3 things that you see. Name 3 sounds that you hear. I can hear some kind of an odd bird outside, right? What are the 3 things that you hear? And then the last one is moving 3 parts of your body. So whether you wiggle your ears or you move your fingers or you tap your toes, whatever it is. Do those a couple times until you feel calmer. It should help you snap into it pretty quickly, especially if it's a quiet room, you don't really hear much and you have to kind of think about it, but it's taking your brain off of the thing that's going on and putting you back into your body for a little bit, okay? Once that happens, you take a deep breath and then you can focus on what you're doing. So if you have anxiety over feeling like you have to answer the phone every single time it rings or answer a ping every single time it pings because everybody needs you all the time and you want to just take a minute, do the 3-3-3 method and come back into yourself and reconnect with what you're doing and the goals that you have and understand that everything's going to be okay until you finish what you're doing. Right? Everybody knows how to reach you when the appropriate time is to reach you, as long as you're communicating that kind of stuff. So I want you to keep that in mind when things get a little bit overwhelming for you, when you're trying new things, right? It's hard to relinquish control. It's hard to stop being who we're used to being all the time, especially if we're the fixer, if we're the one that people come to make things right. But we also have our own business, our own values, our own tasks that we need to work on to grow, not just within our business, but within our life. And boundaries are really going to help you with that. Okay. And boundaries are really going to keep you out of hustle culture, because you're going to be able to get the things done that you need to get done that are pertinent to you and your objectives, that aren't going to take you from other things, right? It's not going to be busy work. You're not going to feel like, oh, I gotta rush. I gotta push, because you're doing things that are in alignment with your business growth. And that's what's really going to help you move forward. Okay. I have a bunch of free resources for you. If you are comfortable with getting on a phone call, I do offer a free 20-minute phone call to work through whatever it is you have going on in your business: productivity, efficiency, balance, chaos, whatever you have going on. If boundaries are something that you have difficulty with, schedule a call with me and we can work through those. If you're not the type that's like, I'm not getting on a phone call with you right away, that's fine. There's other stuff down there that you can work through too. There's a time maximizer guide that I have that's really, really going to help you figure out where and what you do every day and get you some quick wins on finding that free time in your schedule. Most people that run through it get between 8 and 10 hours back a week. They take it seriously. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.